Welcome back. Happy Monday. Uh, Fresh new topic that I hope stimulates interest and growth and expansion from whatever angle you might receive it or need to work with it or want to work with it or accept it as it is. But I am learning the drums as part of my musical adventure, the drums, the guitar, and the piano keyboard. And over the weekend, I was on YouTube, of course, for a couple minutes, spacing out and wandering my mind around. And I came across a drum tutorial. There's so much of it on YouTube. If you play the guitar, whatever you do, there's no excuse not to learn things anymore. But of course, there's all these different qualities of teachers and teachings. But it's incumbent upon us to become skillful curators of what we'll let into our mind, because that's a topic for another story. But anyway, the this guy was showing a pretty cool pattern that I hadn't seen or used I hadn't seen before, and it was kick kick L R L L. Two kicks, left hand, right hand, left left. That's two kicks and a paradiddle for the musically inclined, which I'm trying to become. But he was doing it as a six-stroke roll in a 16th in a as a 16th note. So challenging to fit those six strokes in 70 beats per minute as 16th notes. That's an interesting pattern. So I was like, I'm doing that. And I went over to my drum kit and I was not doing that, at least not at that pace. Not at that pace. I had to slow it down by um, by at least three times to come close. And when I started, it was like kick, kick, L, R, R, damn it. Kick, kick, R, L, damn it. Kick, kick, L, R, L, kick, damn it. I think you can see where I'm going with it. Was, it was a while before I even did it right at the slowest speed I could do it. And then got a little faster, and then I'd mess it up, and then I put it to the metronome and had to slow it down so much. And so there was some delightful humiliation there. But what I'm getting at, and what I'm getting at all this week, is, as a very dear friend of mine says, and if you're listening, dear friend, you know who you are. Um, Make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure everybody likes and subscribe. But the topic this week is, we are pattern producing primates. P, P, P. We are pattern producing primates. We love patterns, and we are also pattern assimilating primates. Now, what's interesting is our brains are set up. It's said that a brain of a baby is, you can look this up, you can Google it. It's very sciencey, like something Doug would say, because he can comprehend these big ideas. But the brain of a baby has more potential neuronal connections than there are atoms in the universe. And that's like 10 to the 80th, which is whopping big. But as babies on Earth, we are so subject to picking up and absorbing brand new patterns. And nature and evolution is lovingly, tediously, miserably, gloriously designed us so that we're very absorbent for uh, incorporating patterns from about years 1 to 7. In other words, that's a survival thing. We see patterns of survival, things that work to keep us alive, and it's unbelievably easy to absorb them. Languages, music, all sorts of wonderful things, and all sorts of really terrible things if that was in our environment. And, it's like that's what we absorbed, but we are not assimilating, we're not done assimilating new patterns, because neuroplasticity says that at age 20, 30, 40, 50, you name it, all the way up to wherever you might be, we can assimilate new patterns. It does involve, it's not as easy, but it involves and devolves a great deal more necessity for intention, for practice, for persistence. But there's no pattern, if we see it, that we can't begin to assimilate. And this goes all the way to the most beautiful patterns in the universe. patterns of music and art and business, but more importantly, patterns of harmony and of love and of well-being. But if those patterns are clashing with patterns previously assimilated by us, like when we were a kid, we learned depression or self-pity or helplessness or fear or anxiety, there's this clash of patterns. And this topic is so ripe this week. I would love to keep talking about this for, like an hour, but I honor your time. But let's start the week with we are pattern assimilating primates. We've absorbed a lot of patterns. We can absorb new ones. Do we like the ones we have? Which are the new ones we'd like to assimilate? How are we going to do that? And what's up with this pattern assimilation? Why is it so hard later in life to assimilate new ones? But why is it so unbelievably rewarding and satisfying to begin to get good at that and to enjoy it? Have a good pattern today. I'll see you. Here comes Looney. Thanks, Guy, for showing up during the broadcast.